Spoilers ahead. On a cold London night, Tommy Nix walks casually towards a sea of police cruisers and knocks out one of the officers before getting swarmed by the backup. He smirks triumphantly over his arrest as he kneels, puts his hands behind his back, and kneels down. A judge reviews his offense and sentences him to 2 years in prison as one of the graves meows in the background. While officers attempt to revive Tommy, Tommy watches from his jail. His back/cellmate. The story begins in 2011 with the London riots, which saw looting, burning, and death. Harry thinks it is too late to help the young men, but he declares that justice has been done. There was a significant police presence and 5 individuals were killed. A gang of young men take advantage of the turmoil by stealing motorcycles and robbing jewelry stores in the area. Jake leads the way in the van to meet with a source. As they make their way to another safe location, Gabby is entrusted with the valuables. The next day, Tommy is at work on a construction site, where he and his co-workers discuss the riots as detailed in the newspaper. One of them suggests that the British Army get involved to control the streets because they believe the police started the mayhem after they killed a local man. Mark Duggan, 2 days earlier, later meets his wife Elise at the hospital, where she has just finished an appointment with the doctor to learn that she is carrying a boy, and he gives her a gold necklace to make up for his late arrival. Upon leaving, he bumps into a tattooed man looking visibly upset, and then they go home, make love, and he promises to always be there for her. Tommy and Harry are waiting in line for breakfast with the other inmates, and Harry complains about the poor quality of the food unless he is Muslim, in which case he gets exceptional halal food during Ramadan. In the course of their conversation, Harry casually asks if Tommy and Harry know Mason and Jake, the men responsible for the jewelry heist, but he is rudely interrupted by inmates Angelface and Sicko, who insult him. In the locker area, the guard watches with amusement as Patrick, incensed by his drug purchase, tries to instigate a fight with Angelface. Angelface tells Harry to drop by the next day with his canteen and discuss a private matter. Meanwhile, Jake and his gang of thugs chill out with the guard and smoke some weed. At night, Jackie Nash puts him in a euphoric condition. Elise, a probation officer, tries to coax Jake into changing his ways and enrolling in a profitable course, but he eventually becomes sick with the conversation and says he'd rather be in jail for the time being. S.A. arrives late for his appointment with Elise, and when she berates him and threatens to call the police on him, he slaps her hard. Jake then tells him that he was seen on surveillance camera, and S.A. leaves in a hurry. While Jake and Mason watch coverage of the rioting on TV, Elise, terrified by what she saw, shuts herself in the office. Daytona watch. The former is wearing is the exact item stolen in a smash and grab murder investigation. She calls Tommy immediately as the pair leave to discuss what to do to keep her from spilling the beans about their crime. Walking alone on a deserted street at night, she tries calling Tommy again while getting to her car. Unfortunately for her, a masked assailant breaks the window of her car and beats her until she is knocked out in a detention center. Tommy calmly strolls to the recreation room, where he spots S.A. playing pool with some fellow convicts. He approaches S.A. and pretends to want to buy some crack cocaine from him, but S.A. tells him to come back the next morning since he has run out. Later, Tommy tries to lift weights at the gym with Angelface as his spotter, and a cigarette is tossed at his feet, but he gets beat up by Sicko. Within moments of Patrick's arrival with a shift in hand, he is attacked by other convicts, who Officer Jackie watches from the balcony before sounding the alarm and bringing the injured Patrick to the infirmary. In the meantime, Detective Boaz is questioning Jake, Mason, and S.A. about the murder of the jewelry shop owner, threatening them with a prison sentence, and Tommy is reminded of the time Elise was brought to the hospital after sustaining severe injuries from the attack in her car. She is wearing a neck brace and is relieved to see him, though she is too distraught to reveal their names. Despite medical records showing all the guys were inside a stolen automobile on the night of the crime, they all insist they had nothing to do with it. After returning to the present, we learn that Tommy is undergoing rigorous training as he plots revenge against the thugs who attacked his fiancée and ultimately caused the death of their unborn son. Later, Tommy visits the room where Mason is converted to Islam by the Muslim Brotherhood of Inmates, where he speaks with Fahal, who teach him the tenets of Islam. To Her Majesty's Young Offender Facility in Gravesmere shortly after Elsie gives him the keys and leaves him alone after they had ended their marriage, and he loses control and destroys the baby cradle he had bought for their son. Back at the facility, Harry has had enough of Tommy's suspicious behavior and demands to know why he is so eager to punish Jake and his crew. When Tommy says that he wants justice as much as anyone else, Jake invites him to his room for a smoke and some coffee, all the while knowing that Tommy was involved in the assault on S.A. Mike Righteous raps about the shiv he used to attack Angelface and how he wants to trade writing a letter to his girlfriend for help getting weapons to kill Jake and the thugs. Later, in his cell, He prepares the metal shift he got from Patrick by burning the tip to make it sharper and tying it to a string. Meanwhile, in the quadrangle, the inmates go for a run and Officer Jackie welcomes Tommy to the team of drug deal. As soon as Jackie arrives to break up the fight, he orders his officers to lock Tommy in a jail without any clothes on. The two men discuss Jake's revelation of Tommy's true name and revenge with all of them, and Jake warns Mason that his daughter would be in danger if he does not complete the job and eliminate Elsie by the end of the night. Hysterical from his wounds, a friendly police officer visits Jackie in his isolation cell. In a flashback, it is shown that Mason spoke with Tommy to clear his name over Elsie's assault, saying that Jake had been manipulating him, and that he needed to make amends in order to protect his daughter. Meanwhile, Cassie arrives to treat his wounds, pitying him over his current state. She reports Officer Jackie to their colleague and prevents him from doing more torture on the poor man. She then brings Tommy out and escorts him back to his cell. Tommy makes his move and goes for Jake, who is waiting for him with a wooden stick. After getting the better of him at first, Jake pulls out a shiv from his pocket and stabs him in the stomach while Tommy is stabbed in the eye. Tommy, however, has been exonerated for his crime and, as he walks the halls with one eye, beams with satisfaction at his vengeful act against the absent Jake. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.